Hello, this is Chloe from Ray of Gratitude. I am here to tell you about my affinity of cards. my little quirkiness, some things that I like to do. So if you're not familiar, I don't think I have been talking about how I really love sneakers. It was a time where I was very obsessed with sneakers. I love them dearly. I love the designs of sneakers. I love what the meaning behind certain sneakers are when creating them, and they just used to light up my whole life, literally. I was very into sneakers, and when I was working at a job, a corporate job, I remember it was like, this is getting old quick. I didn't think it was going to get that old that quick. I'm like, dang, because everybody at the job looked like they hated their job. And it just was like, I was around a lot of people that just would stink. I'm like, is this really life? You go to school for 4 years, get a degree, and then you have all this debt, and it's like, all right, I thought I wanted this. But I remember in my head, I always, when I was in school, I always did want my own business. But I can actually stand here to say all these trials and tribulations I went through on trying to make a brand, trying to make a business, all those lessons. I know what I know right now, I definitely didn't know back then. And it has prepared me to do what I'm trying to do now. I see the light. No, let me stop. But it's really I'm so grateful that I've been able to understand what it is that I'm trying to do, because one, I'm a multi-creative person. I don't just do paintings. I don't just do graphic design. I create a lot of things, and anything crafty where it comes to my hands, I love doing that. I've had a long journey. It was a long journey of, fighting fear and fighting certain beliefs that I had accumulated from school, from younger school days, and from family, just a lot of things. But going back to sneakers, right? I was so obsessed with sneakers, right? And I thought that I was going to have this big business about sneakers and why females in the sneakers industry don't get seen that much, and why, why people aren't educating about sneakers anymore. They're just walking around here buying sneakers like fiends, buying the hottest new sneaker, don't know anything about the sneaker, what it took to create that sneaker, and why it costs so damn much, right? So I wanted to bring value, more value, not value of a sneaker, but value of the person, to show that a sneakerhead does not have to be this random crazy person that just is a fiend for sneakers and will miss out on bills, or steal from somebody, or stand in line for hours to get the next hottest sneaker. It's not always about that. And it was more about, for me, letting people know, expose them to what actually different types of sneakerheads there are, right? And I was I was getting all these type of ideas for it. I made these shirts and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I met somebody that wanted to buy my shirts and put it out into publication, to actually, help me with the brand. And me having graphic design background, I knew what it took to start a brand. And a lot of people, when I was as a freelance graphic designer, I had to teach a lot of people what a brand is, opposed to just a plain old company. And the difference between a brand and a plain old company is telling a story. The brand actually has a story, a character, a reason why, an intention, a specific intention on why you want to have this business. Now, a random old business is just a random old business that sells something, and it's like gas, for instance. I sell gas because people need it. You may think that's smart because it's continual income, but a brand is a little bit more special. It's packaged different. It's packaged different when you have a set of playing cards versus other cards. And I remember creating some cards because I like to play. I like to play games. Some people might not like that, but I'm not talking about games like that as in a relationship. I'm talking about playing games as in just bringing that inner child. I like to have fun. I'm a big kid at heart. And I remember looking back when I was younger, like being a kid, and having like a game where you're learning something. I loved it so much and it stuck with me. It's very tangible. And I learned also as an adult, it's still tangible. Like you can play games and you remember that because you remember the experience.